guys, it's Kyra and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a review on the Nars Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. You guys, I have been hearing so much about this foundation and I was so excited that I finally got my hands on it. I actually went to Ulta last night and bought it because they had their 20% off including prestige product coupon. So as soon as I got that coupon, I went to Ulta and got the foundation. And I got the foundation in the shade Cadiz. And I think this would be a pretty good match. This is actually the shade that I have in the All Day Luminous foundation. And also never went to Ulta yesterday and kind of, swatched it all over my face. This is the closest to my skin tone. So we'll see how it looks all over. I just applied it kind of down here on my chin area. But we'll see how it looks all over. And of course, look at the finish and how it applies. And then of course, a wear test throughout the day. So first and foremost, it comes in this sleek black packaging right here, just a typical Nars logo, typical Nars packaging. It says meet Nars' first longwear foundation that looks stronger, stays longer with skin recognition pigments for the truest color match in 16 hours of wear. Ooh, okay. It says featuring Nars' skin optimizing complex. It has raspberry, apple, and watermelon extracts for smoother, healthier looking skin. And the instructions for use is to shake well, apply a small amount starting in the center of the face and blend outwards, which that is what we will do. And I'm excited about trying this one, you guys. One of my line sisters texted me and she was like, "Kyra, have you tried the new Nars foundation?" And I was like, "Nope, I haven't tried it yet." And she was like, "Okay, you have to try it. You'll love it." So we'll see if Ola is right and see if I will love it. Ola, if I don't, I'm coming after you, girl. I'm just kidding. Now the foundation is a bit pricey. Yeah, it's $49. Now granted, as I mentioned, I did use 20% off coupon, so I got it for $39.20, but that's still expensive. I believe that's more than the Lancome one, so it is expensive, which is why I'm like, we'll see if it's really worth it, because honestly, $50 foundation it better be bomb, okay? For that much money, it better be amazing. Now I'm just priming my skin first, just make sure that we have a nice foundation, and I am using the Becca Ever Matte Primer. You guys know this by now. That's like my #1 go-to mattifying primer. Alright guys, so the foundation looks like this. In the container, we get the traditional 1 fluid ounce of product. So it looks like this. As we can see, kind of in the bottle, it looks like it's going to be a pretty close match to my skin tone. I'm going to be using my Morphe M439 brush, the big round kabuki brush, to blend it in. And I actually love that brush for blending in foundation. I feel like it distributes the product so well and so evenly. I'm going to just go ahead and shake it up first as the directions instructed. And then I'm just going to go in real lightly. I just want to distribute it all over because I feel like that kind of helps with making sure that we get a really nice even coverage. Okay, so that's it right there. I'm going to take my kabuki brush, spray some Fix Plus on it, just make sure that it's nice and moisturized, and then just go ahead and just buff this in. Ooh, okay, so foundation so far looks pretty good actually. Whenever I hear the term radiant, my first thoughts are not full coverage and like dewy or glowy, but this foundation is actually giving me some really good coverage. Now I will say that this is not an exact match to my skin tone. As you can see, it is a little bit light. Like you can look up there and see it is a little bit light, and of course we'll see if it oxidizes. But the only thing is that the next shade of this is too dark. I did swatch and I believe the next shade, something with the M, I think, I can't remember, but it's too dark, so I don't know. Hit my eyelids. What? Ooh, I look washed out right now. Okay, it's blending out pretty evenly. I'm getting a pretty smooth, even finish. I'm just not pleased with this shade, and I'm so mad. But it does blend really well with my neck, like my neck area. But of course, your neck tends to be lighter than your face. I guess once it's all blended in, you can't really even tell. And you cannot forget the neck, you guys. Blend it into your neck. Do not forget that step. You don't want to see that line of demarcation right there around the jawline. You want to blend it into your neck. I feel like now it looks more normal. I don't know if it's the pigments in it that I mentioned that it has the color matching or the skin recognition pigments. I'm pretty sure that's what's working. But now it looks a lot more normal. Whenever I first applied it, it looked kind of crazy. I can tell that the pigments are actually picking up my true undertones and matching my skin. And another thing to note is that it's not full coverage. And I say that because I do have some darker spots, like literally right here and right here under my eyes. And I can see a little bit of that gray peeping through right here on both sides, which of course means that it's not full coverage. I'm pretty sure it is buildable. Let me go ahead and try to apply a little bit on top of that just to see if it'll help fix it. Okay, that's better, yeah. So it's not full coverage, but it is buildable. Because now it looks a whole lot better than it did a second ago. So I definitely recommend going with a thin layer first. And then just seeing, you know, any spots that you need to cover up, and then go in with some more foundation on top of the spots, you know, that you need to cover up. I'm gonna go ahead and just finish in my face because I wanna, of course, complete the look. And then I'll wear the foundation out today and see how we do. and done our makeup, here is the final look. To be completely honest, you guys, I want to love this foundation so bad, and I don't love it. I don't dislike it, but I don't love it. Okay, first of all, aside from the color match, because the color match is not spot on, I'm trying not to let that deter me from, you know, evaluating the foundation itself, because it is still a little bit light. But honestly, like after I went ahead and did like my highlighting, contouring, and bronzing and all that, it doesn't look that bad. So we can make the color shade work. So that's not the issue. I think what it is that I'm actually just kind of comparing it to the Lancome, because I feel like they're about the same price. You know, they're about the same quality. So kind of like anything that I splurge that amount of money on, I wanted to compare to the Lancome and be in love with it as much as I love the Lancome one. and I'm just not loving this one. Okay, so I guess that whenever I was thinking natural radiant longwear, as I mentioned, I think like dewy, glowy, you know, very, very skin-like. It actually kind of has like a little bit of a thicker, like drier consistency. So let me see if I gotta put a little bit on my hand for you guys. But like once you kind of rub it into the skin, it kind of gets a bit drier to me. Whenever you apply it and press into the skin, I don't have that dewy, radiant, glowy finish. If I want to use a foundation that claims to be a natural radiant finish, I wanted to have a natural radiant finish. Because honestly, like that's why I would buy it. Whenever I'm purchasing it, because of the name, I would think that it would give me more of that no makeup look. And it doesn't give me that. And this is a prime example on my hand. You can't see any kind of like dewiness, any kind of glowiness, any kind of like, just any kind of radiance, I guess I'm trying to say. That could very well be a good thing, that it's not super dewy and it does give more of like a semi-matte finish. It's definitely a semi-matte finish. You can look at my face, in my hand. So that could end up being a very good thing, and I actually have a feeling that this foundation will actually start to look a lot better the longer that I wear it. So I feel like, you know, right now it's looking kind of dry, okay? It's just looking kind of flat and kind of dull, but I feel like the longer that I wear it, like maybe in the next hour or two, it'll start to kind of look more natural, and that's what I'm hoping for. So it is exactly 9:30. Actually, it's 9:32. It just turned 9:32 to be exact. So I will come back here probably around lunchtime, give an update, and then again at the end of the day and give my final thoughts and conclusion on the foundation. And with that being said, I'll go ahead and catch you guys in a couple of hours. Alright you guys, so it is now 3:38 exactly, and we are 6 hours past our initial application. And y'all, it did exactly what I thought it was going to do, which is to look better the longer that I wear it. And honestly, you guys, my skin looks so good. First of all, y'all spend 6 hours and look at my T-zone, okay? I have a little bit of shine here on the side of my nose. I have not blotted whatsoever in the past 6 hours, but my cheek area is still bomb. The forehead area is still really good. Like, it looks really, really good. Now, I definitely have my smile lines right here breaking through, which I don't like, of course. I just absolutely hate smile lines. I'm gonna go ahead and take a tissue and kind of just blot that out just to make sure that I'll get rid of that, because I hate that. And I'm also gonna take a powder brush, kind of just powder my nose, my cheek areas, kind of get rid of that excess oil. I also will note that it did oxidize a little bit, just a little bit, nothing too extreme or too major. So honestly, now that it's oxidized into my skin, it is now an exact perfect match. Again, this foundation does have those color matching pigments or skin recognition pigments to match your color or your skin tone. So I definitely attest to that, especially now that it's, you know, adjusted to my skin tone. I think that that is actually a very, very awesome pro of this foundation. It's hard to find a foundation that looks just the same, if not better. In this case, it looks better than it did, but it's definitely foundations out there that look, if not the same, then better than it did whenever you first applied it. And I feel like this foundation, you know, looks way better than it looks whenever I first applied it. I'm glad I did this wear test, because my first thoughts were like, I don't know about that. But now I'm like, okay, Nars, okay, I see you. I'm very pleased with it so far. We will see at the 12-hour mark how we are feeling and see if it is a yay or nay. Alright you guys, so it is the end of the night, and I am going to be giving my final thoughts on the Nars Natural Radiant Foundation. I did not make it to 9:30, you guys. Sorry about that. It is exactly 8:16. To be honest, I'm really tired and I just want to go get in the bed. I mean, I'm sure there wouldn't be much of a difference between 11 hours and 12 hours. I'm sure it's all the same thing. So I want to just go ahead and give my final thoughts, and I hope that you guys are kind of getting a real visual of what it looks like right now. So first and foremost, I am oily. A lot more oily now on the nose. Also, y'all, my frown lines are ridiculous. I swear, y'all, frown lines are the absolute devil. It's like this foundation all over in my face, and literally it's like gray right here. And that's because that's where the foundation is breaking and separating. Even around here, I'm like really oily in here for some reason. like right in there, and I actually see my concealer. That's so strange. Like my concealer is actually separating. Again, I don't know if that's foundation, but that's just what I noticed. My forehead also is pretty shiny up there. So I'm pretty sure that their 16-hour wear is definitely for someone who has normal or dry skin. Definitely not an oily girl, because this is definitely not, at this rate, and we're only 11 hours in, I definitely couldn't see this being completely 16 hours. Aside from the normal oiliness and the terrible lash lines, it still looks pretty good. We still have a pretty nice even coverage. I do like that the foundation hasn't faded or separated or like caked up or like anything. It still looks nice. Same thing on this side. I'd give this foundation a yay with an asterisk, and I only say a yay with an asterisk because I feel like it's a foundation that you have to try to decide for yourself. Now, I had personally heard tons of good things about this foundation. I was like so excited, and I really wanted to love it. And as you guys know, initially I wasn't the biggest fan. 6-hour mark, I was really pleased. Now I'm like, like I don't love it now, but I don't hate it either. I don't know. I guess I'm thinking of it more so from a cost standpoint. Although it does, look nicer the longer you wear it, and it eventually oxidizes and it eventually, matches your skin tone, and it eventually looks like skin. It eventually gives you a skin-like finish. Like, even though, and that's a lot of eventuallys, y'all, because it takes a little bit of time to get there. But even though I have those feelings and those thoughts, I still am not convinced that it's worth the $49, basically $50 for me. Now, I feel like if I've heard so many good things about it, I'm pretty sure that there's a lot of people out there that it does work for. Like split 50-50. If you guys have tried it, let me know what you think. I seriously want to hear you guys' thoughts. Did you like it? Did you not like it? Am I the only one who is not a huge fan of it? I just feel like I'm the only person though who like doesn't love it. Sorry I couldn't be more concrete and more definitive in my answer, but I truly think that it is something that you have to try for yourself and, really see how it works with your skin. But if you guys want to know if I would pick this over the Lancome, the answer is absolutely not. So that's to kind of give you guys my general thoughts on it. So if you guys enjoyed this review and wear test, then go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, and also subscribe to my channel. And last but not least, let me know any other products that you guys want to see me review here on my channel. I'm actually trying to get more into doing reviews and testing out products for you guys. So let me know if you guys have anything that you guys want me to try and test out, and I will do my best to do that for you guys. So with that being said, I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye guys.